cool. So you're a kung fu master with a runaway ego that somebody's coming to steal your spotlight, I
Exactly.
guess. Okay.
Yeah. Where are
Why do
we going with this?
I don't know. We feel like we're writing a kung fu movie or a porno.
I don't know. That
Maybe
would
a
be
kung
interesting
fu
though.
porno. That would be great. I don't think they have those.
I'd steal your spotlight, but that would be okay.
Hey. Oh.
No, it might get a little raunchy.
I like how you whisper.
Oh my God. Let me talk about sleep paralysis for just a second, okay?
Oh
Freak me the
shit.
fuck out. Yeah, let's talk about this. Okay. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? That's a question that I ask people sometimes.
I have not. I have never experienced sleep paralysis, but I have gotten to myself like such like a meditative state where my body is kind of similar to what sleep paralysis is, but I can always come out of it.
Okay. Well, with sleep paralysis, it's always crazy because, you're basically paralyzed. And so when I was younger, I started having episodes, but as I got older, I learned how to control them. One of the most recent, it probably happened like 5 years ago that I remember. It was late at night and I was sleeping, and my room's pitch dark. And normally I like to lie on my right side. So this time I decided to like lie on my left side. So once I lied on my left side, I froze all of a sudden, and I heard this small voice, like a voice of a child. And it sounded like, you remember those Skittles commercials that's like, taste the rainbow? You remember those?
Yeah, like the soft whisper of like the
Yes,
eat my candy.
exactly. But this time it was like a small child, and this child was like, I know everything. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I could not get out of the sleep paralysis moment, but that creeped me the fuck out.
What did it know though? What have you
I don't
done?
know what it knew. What did I do? I don't know. It's creepy as fuck.
That is
And
creepy as fuck.
it was creepy. And there was another episode of my sleep paralysis where at the foot of my bed, I saw my mom. But like, my mom wasn't home or whatever. But I saw my mom at the foot of my bed telling me to eat breakfast. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was weird. I had like weird experiences. So I know what triggers this is if I am sleep deprived.
Mm.
Yeah,
So you make sure to try to get sleep when you can.
exactly. Or I don't lie on the side that, that had happened. Like, I don't try to lie on my left side because it freaks me out. It still freaks me out till this day.
That's definitely scary, 100%.
Yeah. Have you ever watched House? What is that? Like House on Haunted Hill or something like that?
Yeah, that the bent neck lady, that shit was bomb.
Yes.
I loved that show.
Yes. Do you remember the episode where she did have sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I remember. And like
That
her
is,
husband was like part of it, and
mm-hmm.
and he would be like, wake up, you're okay, you're okay, you're
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's how I have sleep paralysis. Is I just can't move.
Buns. It's
I
terrible.
can't. I cannot scream. I can't move. Like my body parts. Like I'm frozen.
Is this
I'm
a bad
scared.
time to say let it go?
Let it go. No, no, it hasn't happened in a while. Knock on wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What's the creepiest dream that you've ever had?
The creepiest dream that I've ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have nightmares. But I remember it was at this my old house. So my childhood home that I grew up in, it got sold, blah blah blah, whatever. I come from a broken home. Parents got divorced when I was younger. Yada yada yada. Backstory. Cue the violins. Anyway, so we've got myself and my ex-wife were in the dream, and I saw like a mushroom cloud go up, like a bomb had just dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now for like the vicinity of where the mushroom cloud was, it couldn't have been more than like 600 yards from the edge of the backyard. And I just remember like grabbing her in the dream and watching her melt. And she, was shaking me as I was waking up. She was like, "You were fucking screaming bloody murder." And that was
Wow.
the only time that ever happened to me in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was wild.
Well, never sleep on your back.
You know.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm a side
Don't.
sleeper.
Yeah, I always sleep on my side too. Never sleep on your back. You're going to die.
Yeah.
Seriously, people should not sleep on their back.
Why is that?
Okay, so with people who have like obstructive sleep apnea, let's say like their tongue rolls in the back of their throat or whatever, they'll just die. I mean, not like, oh, maybe there's some medical professionals listening to this shit. They're not gonna die automatically, but like it's gonna obstruct their airway, So I'd
Are you a
say like
medical
just sleep on.
professional?
I am, but are you gonna ask me my thoughts on COVID?
No, nobody wants to talk about COVID.
No, it's so dark right now. I don't even. Those are not happy times. Like this whole thing is our. Let's say we're living through the Great Depression, basically. You know,
Okay.
yeah,
I can feel that.
yeah.
Um,
Look at
it's
us. We're communicating like on video. I don't know you. You don't know me, and at least it actually it's probably a curse and a blessing because it gives people a chance to reflect on themselves.
Obviously, if I had met you in real life, we'd be in my car by now.
Shut up. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
All right. I need to like get like a ring the gong kind of bell like every time I say something like
I
stupid.
know.
But then
I
the
saw
whole
one of
show would
those
be that.
gongs. Yeah, I would have. I saw one of those gongs at a Thai restaurant that I was at months ago. And I'm like, how pretty cool would this be if somebody were to just ring this gong?
And you
That would be
rang you
awesome,
rang
though.
the gong, right?
No, I wanted to. I wasn't sitting next to it, though.
I would have totally
I,
done that.
I'd probably be that asshole.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, trying to think here. I mean, we're getting a lot of stuff, a lot of different things, a
Is
lot of
it
different
is
a
it
lot
good
of different
is it
topics.
good stuff?
Of course it is. It's all good stuff. Everything is
I
good
like
stuff
to
on
I like to cover a wide array of topics, but
That's the
I'm
whole point.
not I'm not like the type of person who's gonna bullshit the bullshitter because I'm not good at bullshitting. I was
Oh,
in
I can
sales
help with
before
that
and
so well.
I cannot bullshit at all.
All right, ask me a question that you think that there is absolutely no way I would know the answer to it.
Fuck. So some like nonsense
Some
question.
like nonsense questions, some crazy shit, like anything. Like you're in healthcare, you could ask me about like a medication or something, and I'll have to explain it to what
Ooh.
it does. Like I will just bullshit whatever you want me to do.
Let's not talk about healthcare right now.
Oh, I
Well,
thought you
I
were
mean, we
saying
could.
we could, but we don't have to. I'm just saying like the whole thing is that as long as you're wrong with conviction, are you actually wrong?
Fuck. Sometimes you can be right, right?
Yeah, right. You know.
I'll ask you a question.
All right.
Let's talk about those statues on Easter Island. Tell me how they got there in the first place.
The statues on Easter Island had got there because what happened is John Claude Van Damme went back in time, and
Shut up.
when when John Claude Van Damme went back in time, and he had pretty much explained to them, he was like, "Look, what you have to do is you have to go and you have to make these statues, but you have to bury them all, but bury their bodies underneath and just expose the heads, and then people could dig up the bodies later." And it was this whole conspiracy thing, like because if you've watched John Claude Van Johnson on Amazon Prime, it's
What?
it's bomb. I recommend that
Really?
show to anybody and everybody that likes
Huh.
over the top action stuff. It's
Hmm.
it's it's great. It's fucking awesome.
I mean,
Um,
I have to look for it.
yeah. So, there's that. So Jean-Claude Van Damme, will go back in time at some point and put the things on Easter Island. I guess that wasn't really the best example of it because that was a really good question.
When somebody though like starts a statement and they say what had happened was, that's a fucking lie.
Right?
You know it. And I
Yeah.
know if somebody says what had happened was, I'm
It's
like,
like
what? I don't believe you.
it's like Mingucho, did you get my girlfriend pregnant? Well, what had happened was
It's like you're not straight to the point. Get to it. If you were in a situation where you had no choice, like life, it was like a life and death situation, would you? It's going to be raunchy, okay? This question.
that's fine. We've been on raunchy. I think we were talking about beeholes was like the first thing we said.
That's true. Would you, like Eiffel Tower, like there were two of you guys and there's another guy, would you Eiffel Tower? Would
Wait,
you?
like an Eiffel Tower with three guys?
Yeah.
So
No
like
protection.
so wait, there's three guys. There's
Yeah.
three guys, right? And it's a life or death situation. Now, if
Yeah.
I take a cock in the ass and take a cock in the mouth, I get to go on living. Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Exactly. Yes.
How big are the dicks?
Well, the longest one, let's say, I don't even know how big dicks are.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I cannot help you with that. But
That's how
anyway,
long it's been. No, let's say like a 9.5 incher going in your beehole, and then you get like a 6 incher, but you gotta suck that 6 incher with his balls deep in your mouth too. Would you do it?
and I get to live.
You get to live. No money involved, but you get to live.
Otherwise, they kill me.
Yes. But you have to take that 6 incher all the way deep, deep into your throat. Like you gotta feel it in your like uvula, like back there.
So basically, like,
And it's gonna be dry, no lube, okay? For any of
okay.
this. I know.
All right. So this is what I would do. I would have to do it because my will to live is stronger than my will to not put a penis in my mouth or ass.
But that'll happen anyway.
I would
In
I
this
would
situation.
I would have to but wait, how do I get any guarantee that I'm going to live? They're just going to kill me after they're done with me. I've
No, they're
I've I've
not.
given
They're
them
just
the
gonna
ride
like,
of their lives and then they're just done with the Mingucho and they're going to shoot me in the head.
they don't have any guns.
So how are they going to kill me?
They're gonna leave it like outside of the door where you guys are like, gonna perform your act.
So obviously I would okay, this is what I would do. I would tell the guy then because there's no guns, right? So I'd have the
No.
guy first put his dick in my mouth and then I would bite on it as hard as I possibly could. And then
No, but you have to they're gonna do it at the same time though.
so there's no way out of it. So
No, because they're going at you at the same time.
all right, so let's say that there's a third dude in there with a
No, there
gun
no.
with a
There's no. Okay,
gun,
fine.
right?
There's
That's
a third
pointing the
dude.
gun at me because, like, you know what I mean? Then there's no way that I could weasel my way out of being anally pounded. But at least what
Yes.
I can do is, okay. So it would probably then be something that I would have to do. Yeah. Now granted, I would get
Okay.
through it. I would probably, use the spit from the what's it called from the blowjob, and then like reach back to try to lube it up for my asshole as much as possible, just because I don't want to
Wow.
be too terrible. But
Let's just
considering,
say you're dehydrated though. What if you're dehydrated and you can't spit?
oh my god, yo, this is getting raunchy. I like you a lot. So wow, okay. So yeah, I mean, my butthole is probably so tight and tender that the guy's gonna come in like 2 seconds anyway, and then I would just have
Oof.
to like really, really, really just like give myself like an Academy Award winning blowjob performance, or a
Mm.
Woody Award winning because they give Woodies in the adult industry.
Yes, they do. And I live in Vegas, so there's no I've never been